you're up for that today. I like this one. It's actually super cute. And it's a nice little analogy. It says, life is like a camera. Focus on the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot. I thought it was cute. I hope you enjoy it. Life is like a camera. Focus on the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot. So if you're at the end of your rope, whatever is going on in your life, remember life is like a camera for those reasons. I thought it was super cute, and it was a little different than what I usually share. So I hope you enjoyed that one today. How about some child's pose? You ready? Let's get started. All right, friends. Remember, in this heat, hydrate as needed. Take your breaks maybe a little more often than you're used to. And you don't need my permission. Y'all have been here before. I'm just so grateful. Y'all continue to show up for our community. Now, at the center of your mat, just bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees wide for me if you can. And then as you hinge forward, I'm just going to ask you to tone your belly and then just start to nestle your rib cage right in between the legs. Take your arms all the way out toward the front of your mat. Your third eye can rest on your yoga mat. Sometimes I like to place a block underneath the forehead. So that is going to be up to you. That is simply yogi preference. As you start to breathe, your shoulders are tired, draw your elbows a little closer to the knees. If you want a more active child's pose, raise the elbows, walk your hands out a little further away from the body, pressing your palms firmly into the earth as we just start to cultivate the Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, taking this time as we settle in, you're sitting toward your heels, just breathing into your hips, your low back. You'll also feel a nice stretch through the hamstrings and the front of the legs, the quads. It's a really nice way to start feeling centered and just noticing the breath. Breathing in deeply and slowly through the nose. And same on your exhalation, my friends. Slow, steady breath. A lot of times our lifestyle and day-to-day activities just keep us in a fast pace. We know this. So it's really important sometimes to just be in a posture on our yoga mat and just focusing in on the feeling of the breath. It could be the sound of the breath, all of the above. And don't worry about getting things right today. Just know you made the right choice for yourself. Taking some time out from our busy lives and just connecting, slowing down, finding our center. All right, walk your hands further away from the body. Let your forearms and elbows float off the mat. Press your palms into the earth and then just press your sit bones a little closer to the heels. Turn your triceps in and up. That's going to start to activate the rhomboids, the lats, the back muscles, the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and then walk your hands over to the right side, friends. You can stack your palms or just place them beyond your yoga mat if you can. Breathing into the left side body. When you're settled, hug your left hip back just an inch or so. Breathing into that stretch. Once again, pressing the palms into the earth firmly and then spinning your triceps in and up, really working into those shoulders, into the upper body. Keeping your belly toned. Inhale, slowly walk your hands across center. Take them over to the left edge of your mat or a bit beyond. And then same idea, spread your fingers, press the palms in, activate the triceps inward and up, and then slowly tone the belly, hugging your right hip back just an inch or so to deepen that right side body stretch. And then inhale, come back to center, slowly draw your elbows to the knees, blink your eyes to open, friends, and then come on up, meet me in table pose. Now I'm gonna let a friend in. We never want people to not be able to get in. Dart, that is my last thing. That is my preference. That's not even in my vocabulary, letting everybody in. All right, in table pose, lower the belly, reaching the skull to the sky, tailbone lifting. Arch your spine as you come into cow. And then friends, exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. C-curve that spine and cat pose. Meow. Inhale, lower the belly, pull the heart through your biceps, find your cow shape. And then exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, find your cat, really press the earth away, taking time to feel the stretch through the back body. Inhale, once again, find your way back into your cow shape, maybe a little deeper this time. And then tone your belly again, exhale, rounding the spine, press the floor away. Take the drishti toward your heart. One more on each posture, inhaling as you find your way. The cow, sliding the heart through, stretch your throat, stretch your breath. And then exhale, gliding your way into cat shape. So good, friends. Always feeling balanced in those stretches. Back into your neutral stance. And then just take that imaginary puppy dog tail, slow motion, and just sway it from side to side. You can keep your elbows soft here. You might even send the heart from side to side, just getting into the wrists a little bit. Remember to move with ease. So we don't want to go too deep too quickly. I am feeling just one of those days. It's very nice outside, but I have low energy. So feel that your energy, whatever level that is, always modify your postures, the way that you're moving, the way you're transitioning, even the way you're breathing to match that. Breathing into those outer hips. Excellent. Now, the next thing I want you to do is slowly lower down wherever your palms were. Just place your elbows there. They're going to be stacked right underneath your shoulders. And then clasp your palms, press through the outer wrists, press through the forearms. Take your gaze forward from the front of your mat, and then just step back into forearm plank. If that doesn't feel comfortable, keep your knees to the mat. Just make sure, friends, your knees are not going to stack under your hips in this variation. Your knees are going to be back further. Feel the core engaging. Send your heels back to the wall behind, and then just press out of your forearms. Feel the scapula activating the muscles around the shoulder blades. Good. Exhale, knees back to the mat, and then just press your mat away from you. Take your sit bones to the heels. Your knees are together. Just another variation of child's pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale here through the nose. And then inhale, come right up through table. And then exhale, send your hips toward your wrists, come right into cobra. So again, just noticing that ease and gliding through the poses. Take any modifications as needed. Exhale, press back, right back into your child's pose. Now your child's pose might have your knees about hips distance. Don't worry about perfection here. Just feel the stretch in the shoulders, the back body. Inhale, come through table. And then press your hips forward, pull the heart through, arch your spine, come right into cobra. We're going to do one more round. When you're ready to exhale, transition back into your child's pose. Stay for your inhale here. Breathe into your shoulders. Make this child's pose as active as you'd like or as gentle. When you're ready to take your next in-breath, just like the Ujjayi breath flowing, let your body flow right back into your cobra shape. Complete your inhalation. And then exhale, tuck your toes, and then right into our first down dog. Good. Now start to walk your dog. If down dog isn't feeling good, whether you have wrist pain, what have you, find your table and then just sway that imaginary puppy dog tail again. You could even circle the hips. Just take some time here, explore your body, noticing what feels good. And then friends, today, let's just think about focusing on what we can do. So remember, everything I offer, just an invitation. With that, walk your hands back to your feet. You can take those yoga blocks along for the ride with you. As you touch your hands to the mat, to your yoga blocks, or just catch opposite elbows if you can for ragdoll. Lengthen the back of your neck by looking between the knees, and then even close your eyes if it feels all right. Tone your belly. Keep the Ujjayi breath flowing in and out of the nose, and then just gently pull the shoulders away from the ears, often reminding yourself to keep the distance between the shoulders and the ears. Just helps to reduce stress and activate that parasympathetic nervous system. We always want to do that to promote relaxation. Release your palms. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift, hands to blocks, or just slide your hands up your shins. Exhale, back to Uttanasana, forward folds. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Find your variation of plank pose, knees up or knees down to the mat. Take your inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, friends, slow chaturanga. Elbows will hug into the ribs. Inhale, right back into your cobra shape. Stay for another breath as you inhale in cobra. Look over your right shoulder. Press your left shoulder blade back. Beautiful. Inhale across center, and then exhale, look left, press the right shoulder blade back. We'll do one more round. Inhale, center. Exhale, look right, pressing the left shoulder blade back. Feel the broadening of your clavicles here. Inhale, center, and exhale, left. Press your right shoulder blade back. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Float your knees into up dog if you can. And then exhale, press right back into down dog. Let's walk your feet all the way up to the front of the mat, to your hands. This is feeling really nice, friends. You're going to use those yoga blocks or not. Touch opposite elbows. Once you do that, switch up the grip from that first time. Gazing between the knees. Feel free to take some breaths here. Create space in your back body. You could also bend your knees if you want to make this more about the upper body. Distance the shoulders from the ears. Keeping your knees bent. This will take the focus onto, you feel this in the triceps, you'll feel this in the upper back. Breathing, swaying, or stillness. And then release your palms. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift once again. Lengthen your spine here, tone your belly. Exhale, back to your forward fold. And then inhale, flat back to rise. Come all the way up. Woo, does that feel good today? Exhale, palms to center. Beautiful. Just another breath. I don't know about y'all, but it's feeling good today. Inhale, reach it up. Circle those arms. This time, exhale, cactus shape your arms. Take this into a gentle yoga back bend. Press your hips forward. Lift your heart just a bit. Inhale, back to the top. And exhale, palms to center once again. Beautiful. Slowly bring your hands to your hips, friends. Weight's going to come onto the left leg. On your inhale, take your right knee, draw a big circle in, and as you exhale, take it out and down. Take a break if you need it. Place weight back onto the right foot, or challenge your balance by doing a few in a row. Inhale and exhale. Now you can even just let that foot brush the mat. Inhale and exhale. Just be curious here about your right hip. Notice how we're using the core stabilizing muscles. I want you to think about if you were stirring the pot. You ever have a friend that stirs the pot and now they're no longer a friend? This is a nice way to stir the pot. We're just getting into our hips. Not to mention, friends, feel the left glute working, feel the abdominals working. The slower you can move, the more curious you can be, the more challenging this will get. And once you get to that starting point, let's change directions. We're going to keep it on the same side. Inhale out and up. Exhale down. Now slow, easy movement, connecting with our breath. All the while, friends, check in with your posture. Can you add your smile? Can you stack your neck over the shoulders? Can you stack your shoulders over the hips? I haven't forgotten, this left leg is finally awake, is it not? Inhale and exhale. Let's start the second side, standing on your right foot. Inhale, in and up. Exhale, out and down. Each rotation larger than the last. Each rotation slower than the last. So if you want to really challenge your balance here, You could do everything from hold a wall, a chair, or you could close your one eye or both. That's going to really challenge your abdominals, your balance, your hip. Let's change directions. Inhale, take it up, and then in and down as you exhale. Now you're going to notice, friends, one side is going to feel much more agreeable than another. Your right leg talking to you equally, working the right glutes, keeping your shoulders down and back. 3 more wherever you are, whatever that means. Try to slow it down a little more. Ooh. And when you're done, step back in, shake the right side, breathing in and out of the nose, shake the left side. We're going to get right into those hips. I promise you that. Take your feet nice and wide, the width of your yoga mat, and then keep your hands to the hips. Slow hula hoops. Now this time, if you can, keep your legs straight. Now you don't have to necessarily lock out the knees. Breathe into your outer hips, breathe into your low back, and breathe into the front portion of that pelvic region. Really nice to feel the sensations. Be as curious as you were with your singular hip rotations, change directions. Now notice if you can keep your shoulders rather still. Let the movement come from that pelvic region. I had injured my hamstring. I may have mentioned that to y'all. I ran a race this past weekend and oh yeah, re-injured it. So I am feeling this, but that does not mean my body is telling me don't do it. Something that I'm aware of, right? So we all have our aches and pains. All right, come to center, engage your inner thighs, and then just spin your toes out about 60 degrees. Imagine Malasana here, but we're not gonna go all the way down. Palms to heart center. Exhale, let's take that elevator halfway down. You might wanna make your stance even wider. This is for goddess pose. On your inhale, standing, straightening the legs, engaging. Exhale, slowly lower down. I want you to think that you're on an elevator, taking it halfway down, inhaling it up. I want you to think about moving through the consistency of my favorite peanut butter or water, right? Just when you're swimming, you have to use that energy. I want you to feel the inner thighs engaging. I want you to feel the glutes engaging. We will eventually get down to Malasana. I promise we will get there. Now this next one, we're going to exhale, take it all the way down, or excuse me, halfway down. And then take your mudra with your hand and then just reach your arms out and up and then lift your heels. Breathe. Inhale, straight legs, heels float. Exhale, back to your goddess pose. Woo, lower the heels. Inhale, straight legs, palms together. Beautifully done, friends. Toe heel your feet together. Come front and center on your yoga mat. Let's move right into our vinyasa. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Feel the lengthening of the spine. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step to find your plank pose. Knees to the mat or not. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra shape. Exhale, down dog, child's pose, or table, whatever's feeling best for your body. Take a few breaths here. I want you to walk your dog, swaying your hips, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And this is a great time to check in. Start some yes and no motions with your head and neck. Breathing into your shoulders, your jaw, opening and closing the mouth even. Just releasing any tension. Sometimes when we move, we're concentrating, we were just working with balance. Do you know how often humans, as a typical species, are holding their breath because they're concentrating and you don't even realize it? Beautiful, friends. At the bottom of your exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, step, walk, or float, feet to palms. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart. Good, a little balance work. Front of your yoga mat, feet hips width. Inhale, circle the arms, right knee hip height. Exhale, lower Tadasana. We'll try it with the left side. Inhale, lifting your left knee hip height. Keep your foot flexed. Exhale down. We'll do one more round and then we'll build on. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Come in on the left side. Inhale. Feel your abdominals using their energy. Good. Inhale, lifting that right knee. Exhale, step back to crescent, airplane arms. That left foot stays exactly where it is. Inhale, either drag the foot or lift it right back up. Hip height, inhale. And exhale down. Beautiful balance, everyone. Inhale, left knee lifts. Exhale, crescent, airplane arms. Nice slow movement today. Inhale, lift. Remember, drag that toe if it feels supportive. Exhale down. Beautiful, building on. Inhale, right knee. Exhale, crescent, airplane arms. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, right hand down underneath the shoulder, twist left. Look to your left thumb. Exhale, come back to your airplane arms. Reach the right arm back. Square your hips. Inhale, right knee hip height. Exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. It's okay to have wobbles, friends. It's how we fix our balance. Inhale, lift. Left knee up. Exhale, step back, crescent, airplane arms. Beautiful. Inhale, just the arms raised. Exhale, hinge forward, left hand down to block or mat. Inhale, twist right. Exhale, come back to center, airplane arms. Inhale, left knee lifts. And exhale down. Beautiful. Vinyasa. Inhale, circle. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha. So nice, friends. Moving a little faster now. Exhale, palms to mat. Find your plank. Knees down or not. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Really nice. Inhale, raise your right heel to the sky. Exhale, step between your hands. Your left knee will come down. Inhale, lift your hands. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, left hand. Pat yourself between the shoulder blades. Right hand is going to take that left elbow. Reach up with the left elbow and exhale, reach to the right. Slight movement deep through the psoas, friends. Getting that left tricep stretch, left hip flexor stretch. Take it over a little more if it feels good. Breathe into that space. Good. Exhale, release your arms down. And then frame your right foot with your hands. This is where you could use your yoga blocks as well. The yoga blocks could be on their tallest setting or medium. Inhale, flex your right foot. And the toes will come off the mat. Keep your right heel forward. Exhale, drag your right sit bone back. We're going to get into that hamstring just a bit. Notice my gaze stays forward. Back is nice and flat. Looking good, everyone. Inhale, come back forward. We're going to reach the hands up. Inhale here, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, left hand pats between the shoulder blades. Right hands to that left elbow. Inhale, lift your left elbow to the ceiling. Exhale it over to the right. Breathe into that psoas. Try to soften your jaw, your shoulders. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hands. Frame your right foot or hands to blocks. Inhale, flex your foot and drag on the exhale. Think about dragging that right sit bone back and flex your foot more. Draw your toenails toward your shin to go deeper. Relax your foot to go a little less intensity on that right hamstring. Beautiful. Inhale, come back forward. Frame your right foot with your hands. Tuck your back toes. Send your heel back. Step back to down dog. Stay in down dog or inhale, find your plank. Remember, these are optional. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Ooh, friends, heart rate is up. Calories are being torched. You did great. Let's try the same sequence on the second side. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, step between your hands, right knee down. When you're ready, inhale, reach up nice and tall. Good. Exhale, right hand, pat yourself between the shoulder blades. Left hand takes the right elbow. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift your right elbow to the ceiling. Exhale, slight reach to that left side. Now you might go a little further than me. I don't need to go far in order to feel that stretch. Remember, the psoas is deep underneath the belly muscles through the hip flexor. So important to stretch it. Inhale, center. Exhale, release your hands. They're going to frame your left foot or hands to blocks. Inhale, flex your left foot. Raise your toes off the mat. Keep your left heel where it is. And then slide that sit bone back. Gaze stays forward. Belly engaged. Back is nice and flat. Take another deep breath here, friends. Looking so strong today. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Reaching your hands up when you're ready. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand, pats your shoulder blades. Left hand to the right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, reach over to that left side. Beautiful. Stretching the right ribs, stretching the right tricep, stretching the right psoas and hip flexor. Talk about bang for your buck with this stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, release your arms down. Frame your foot once again. Flex that left foot and then drag your left sit bone back. Remember what to do if you want more intensity. Flex your foot more. If you need a break, relax your foot, even slight bend in that left knee. So good. Inhale, come back to low lunge. Frame your left foot, tuck your back toes, send your heel back, step back, find your down dog, walk your dog, or inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. So, so good, friends. Walk your hands back to your feet. Continue to breathe in and out of the nose. Bend your knees quite a bit, hands to thighs. Slowly roll up. So sometimes we'll come up with a flat back. Sometimes we roll the spine, all with different benefits. When your head and neck comes up to stack, just taking a few moments, roll your shoulders. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Tone your belly. Just notice how you're feeling. Right ear to right shoulder when you're ready. And if you can stand it, take your left hand behind to the small of your back. Just keeping it nice and gentle today. Take another breath. Breathe into your left shoulder, your left trap, your left jaw. Big release as you exhale. And one more. Breathe in and release. Release your left hand. Good. Head comes neutral. Inhale nice and tall. Shrug your shoulders high to the ears. Big breath out. Relax. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Slide your right hand behind, just to the small of your back. We'll have a chance to go a little deeper momentarily. A few breaths here. If you ever notice if it's a day where you didn't get, or you don't feel like you've gotten great sleep or your best, you might notice your energy's lower. You might even feel tighter in the body. There's so many elements, my friends, that affect what we call our yoga practice. So be kind to yourself, especially if you're able to get to your mat not as often as you once did. It's very easy for us to judge and to have that harsh critic inside. Inhale, center, release the right hand. Excellent. On your next breath, inhale, circle the palms up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to your sides, and then interlace your fingers at your low back. Bring your feet about hips distance if you're not there already. Inhale, slide your knuckles down toward your heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lifting your heart up. Send your hips forward. Can you engage your glutes, your quads? And then breathe width into your clavicles, into your heart space. Stay right here or exhale, hinging forward with me. We're going to take the head below the heart. So only if that feels good for your body. Your knuckles will come up, so you're in forward fold, knees bent or straight. gazing toward your navel or between your knees. Inhale, bend your right leg, reach to the right, look to the ceiling over your left shoulder. Your left leg remains straight. You're going to feel a nice stretch through the outer left IT band, down the outside line of the leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Breathing, friends. Continue to tone your belly, soften your jaw. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, spot the front of your yoga mat, and then come all the way up on your inhale. I've added that cue, and ever since I had vertigo, it just helps to not feel dizzy or lightheaded. Release your hand. Step away from any walls that you're nearby. Keep your feet nice and wide, and we're just going to come into that effortless arms. I have to tell you, friends, I use this in almost every yoga class these days. It is so beneficial long-term. So let your arms be effortless, but allow them to give you those love taps of a medium impact, if you will. And really, just notice the energy that might be stagnant. And for most of us, we have a lot of stress that lives in our hips, information stored, all of the above. And so feel free to close your eyes or allow yourself to keep your gaze soft toward the earth. And then slowly coming back to center. Taking your time. Eventually those love taps will dissipate. Come to stillness, taking a few deep breaths, just noticing the sensations. Allowing yourself to soften enough to get used to and get comfortable with listening to your body. Good. Blinking your eyes to open, wiggle your fingers, circle your wrists. Excellent. And we're going to go swimming for a bit. I know we haven't maybe done this before. Feet about hips distance. Keep your shoulders, keep your hips right centered to the front of the earth. I want this swim to not be your traditional swim. I just want it to be the arms. Take your left arm, inhale, reach it back, up, and exhale it down forward. Good. And now the right, inhale, up and back, exhale, down and forward. And then the left, and then the right. So follow the rhythm of your breath. I want you to think of swimming forward. This is all about the shoulders. Now, my shoulder has been quite limited, as y'all know. I'm still waiting my appointment next week. My goodness, it's been a long medical merry-go-round, get answers. But I'm doing what I can, and so I remind you that all this shoulder work is also to help reduce stress. Super important. Okay, now finish with your right arm. Now let's start with the right arm, backstroke. However, as you inhale, reach up and then look back. Follow the right hand, getting that bit of rotation. And then coming forward. Inhale left, add the rotation, feel your glutes engage, feel the abdominals twisting and stretching, and really think about following the hand with your gaze. So just noticing the difference when we stay squared at the hips and shoulders, and then noticing that rotational difference. Good. We're going to add this rotational difference, if you will, into our next posture. So I wanted to show you just the difference. So just notice what it feels like in your body. Give me one more on each side. Excellent. Now, if you have your yoga blocks, once you're done, grab them. We're going to come into our balancing section momentarily. This one is going to start it off. I'm going to place them right in the front third of my yoga mat, right on the outer arches, or on the outer edges. I almost said arches. Right foot is going to be about 12 inches behind your yoga blocks. And then take your left leg and then just place your heel out. So this is going to be a hamstring stretch. So if you can't see it, I'm just going to show you again. Place that left leg out straight, and that right foot is going to stay a bit behind. Now, as that left leg comes out, I want you to hinge forward. Press your sit bones to the back wall, flat back, hands come to your yoga blocks. Good. Now, we have that left hamstring stretch. If you want a little more, flex the foot a little more. I'm moving the block so you can see. Now, remember that rotation I talked about. If it's okay with your body, keep hugging your left hip back, keep flexing the left foot. Take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle or shin. Good. Now, take your right ribs and just kind of pull it through toward that left side of the space, maybe even looking over your left shoulder. This is going to go real deep, friends. And I'm drawing on my body right now where I want you to feel it. Yes, in the hamstring, but that IT band, this is a great way to add in these combo moves. So if you feel that same rotation, if you will, from that swimming activity we just did, exhale back to center, hands to blocks. Inhale all the way up, flat back. And then just bring that left foot back. Woo! So it is deep. I hope that you felt it. It's not a real yoga posture, if you will, but it is a great way to get into that part of the body and stretch. I found this posture, if you will, through my own playfulness. So we're going to use that right foot. So inhale, extend the right heel forward, bend in your left knee. Exhale, tone your belly, sit back as you hinge forward, flat back. Hands stay on the blocks. Good. Now, again, you'll notice one side. For most of us is just a little tighter, a little less agreeable. So whatever that is for you, if that rotation sounds like a good idea, left hand on your inhale to the outer right ankle or shin. I'm going to bend my left elbow and then just think about pulling gently your left ribs through the leg and arm toward that right wall. You could even look over the right shoulder. Continue to breathe, continue to feel that sensation. We're twisting. There's a lot of elements going on here. And then exhale, come back, hands to blocks, press off your blocks, come all the way up, and then release the leg. Give your legs a shake. I hope you felt it in this region. It's not an easy region to get to, friends. All right, you can bring your blocks up to the front corners of your mat. We're coming into Natajarasana, dancer pose. Now, if you don't want to use yoga blocks, I don't usually use them or recommend them. I recommend a wall for Natajarasana or a chair. And I would recommend facing the wall. And I'm going to do it with the wall today just to give you an idea. On your inhale, step on your right foot, bend your left knee, catching your foot from the inner arch. Good. Now, if the hand is off to the side of the chair, that's okay. But if you're facing the wall with me, make sure your right arm is straight so you're far enough away from the wall. On your inhale, kick into your left hand and then start to reach forward. This is why I like to have the wall away from me enough so I can reach forward with my heart and kick into that left hand. So I'm giving you a really great idea of how to use the wall here. And I almost have my elbow to the wall. So forearm can be to the wall. Sometimes I don't like this variation, but today it feels really good. Exhale, knees together, coming upright, and release. Woo, it feels good. Stretching that left hip flexor right after we did that IT and hamstring stretch. Okay, here we go. Next side. Left foot is your base. Now remember, you don't need to use the wall, but you can use piece of furniture or nothing. On your inhale, bend your right knee, catch the inner arch with your right hand. If you can, bring your knees together. Feel that stretch. And then when you're ready, inhale, kick into your right hand, reach with your left hand into the wall, into furniture, into the space in front of you, whatever it is. Beautiful. Kick into that right hand. You'll feel those toes reaching up. Feel that stretch. Beautiful. Exhale, knees together and release. Beautiful, friends. Shake it out. It's very important we stretch the front body because remember what I've told you before. Traditional vinyasa yoga typically only does the back body. So that's why we want to add in that balance. Half moon for your favorite way to end our balance section. Your blocks can be in the front right corners of your mat, or you don't need to use them at all. Or friends, if you're using a wall, I recommend it be behind you. We're going to start with our right foot as our base so that wall will be off to the right side. When you're ready, just a good old traditional half moon. Add in any variations you want. Left hand to hip, right hand reaches forward, and turn your hips to open to the right. Start to lift your left pinky toe to the sky. How does that feel? Stay here if you'd like, or otherwise keep reaching. Start to hinge. Continue to move nice and slow. Find your focal point on the mat beneath. Use your block or fingertips to the mat. If it feels all right, left hand will leave the hip, reach to the ceiling. Left toes reaching to the back of the space. Take up space in this posture. Exhale, hand to hip, slight bend in that right knee. Gently press off your block, left foot to meet right. Nice and smooth, everybody. Bravo. I'm clapping for you. Shake it out. And we'll come into our final side. We're just going to do one variation today. Keep it nice and easy. If you're using the wall, you know how to switch it up, or the wall could be on your left side. Left foot is our base. Right hand to hip. Weight comes into the left foot. As you start to find your breath, inhale, open the right hips to the right and left hip, that is, to the right side of the space. Left hand reaches forward. Start to let that right pinky toe come up. As it comes up, continue to lengthen the waist, hinging. Take your time. Left hand will find the block. Gaze will find the mat right underneath your nose. And then if it feels good, reach your right hand high. So beautiful, friends. I love this one. Feel the opening. And then feel the control. Inhale, right hand to hip, slight bend in your left knee. Press off your block. Use your abdominals, right foot meets left. Beautiful. So great, so beautiful. Blocks can stay, or you can place them off to the side. So nice. And we're gonna come front and center. Congrats, you've made it through your balance section. On your inhale, circle your arms. Breathe into your shoulders, your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart guide you down. Beautiful. Bend your knees for less. Straighten the legs for more heat. Inhale, Ardha. Really press into your shins here. Tone your belly. Stay for an extra breath. Lengthen. Send your sit bones back. Beautiful. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step or hop. Plank pose. Knees may come down. You can exhale to dog or take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog, friends. And we're going to get ready for pigeon pose. So when you're ready, on your inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, knee will come behind the right wrist. Flex foot behind the left. Your left leg will come back. You know pigeon pose. Did you remember that you could use a block underneath your right glute if you want, or roll your mat, or even a sweater, whatever feels good, a blanket. Square your hips, really important to hug your right hip back, send your left hip forward. Proud pigeon here, think cobra shape as you extend and lengthen the front body. Beautiful, now exhale, find your sleeping pigeon with the forearms down. You can use a block, you can place your head, your forearms, anything you'd like, even your hands on blocks. If you're choosing to stay in proud pigeon, I like to actually place blocks underneath my hands sometimes. It just helps to go a little deeper into that back bend, if you will, flexing through that left hip flexor. Invite your mind to come back to the breath. You'll notice in postures we hold or static postures, the mind will tend to wander. So come back to your breath, breathing into what feels good, breathing into the space we're creating. Feel free to be playful here if you want to take mermaid or add a twist. Some days we do all the things. Some days we're just happy to be in sleeping pigeon. Any posture that has the word sleeping in it might ring true on those days, right? All right, friends, when you're ready, come back up. Inhale, back to your proud pigeon. Stack your palms under your shoulders. Now, as you exhale, tuck your left toes and then just send your right foot back. Find your plank pose. Good. From here, exhale into your down dog. Walk your dog. Breathe into your calves, even swaying the hips. Just coming back to neutralize from our pigeon pose. On your next inhalation, we'll take the second side. Inhale, lift your left heel. And then exhale, knee behind the left wrist, flex foot behind the right. Same idea as we did on the first side. Just double check your extended leg and then walk your hands back, stack them. This might be your good side. This might be your less agreeable side. Hug your left hip back. Think about that cobra sensation. So send the shoulder blades back, lift your heart. Good. And then exhale, find your way eventually. If sleeping pigeon is your jam, otherwise you can challenge your core. We've done a couple of those exercises before. You can slowly airplane the arms. You know the drill, friends. I know it's not your first day. It's nice having a class with all experienced yogis and yoginis, I have to tell you. Sometimes when you're teaching the beginner level, I feel like if I sneeze and use a tissue, they will too. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. They're very cooperative. I should bring them over, teach a class here, and the class would consist of wax on, wax off. There's my Karate Kid joke. They could all clean my floor. Just kidding. Or am I kidding? Ha ha. Inhale. Come on back up. Palms will stack under the shoulders. Lifting your heart, proud pigeon. Exhale, tuck your right toes. Step back, find your plank pose. Take your inhale in plank, shift your weight forward. You can exhale to down dog. Take chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. So nice. Walk your dog. Complete surrender of the head, the neck. Yes and no motions with your head and neck. Sway your jaw side to side, opening and closing the mouth. Good. Getting back into those hips. Inhale, lift your right heel. Now, as you exhale, stack your right hip over the left, bend your knee, bring your heel to the sit bones, and then step behind you. If you want to flip your dog, come into wild thing. Your right foot will come down behind you. Inhale, lift your hips up, reach your right arm overhead. You might even take a mudra with the hand. Breathe into the front body, breathe length into the hip flexors. And then when you're ready, inhale, right hand down, right heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to meet the left. And then coming into the second side, inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, stack, bend the knee. Heel comes toward the glutes. Now feel free to stay here or flip your dog. Left foot steps behind, finds the floor. For wild thing, reach your hips up and over, looking so good. Reach your hand for mine, we're almost there. Inhale, left hand down, left heel high, three-legged. Exhale, foot down. Take a vinyasa, friends, or just hang out with me in down dog. Inhaling to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. And exhale, dog. Wonderful. On your next exhale, go ahead and lower the knees to the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees wide, and then just come right back into child's pose. We started here this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are. Draw your elbows back toward the knees. Take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And just noticing how it feels. Noticing where you can soften. Transferring wisdom from Mother Earth beneath. Breathing in the wisdom through the third eye. And releasing any unwanted energy, information, emotion, tension through the third eye, just sending it back out into the earth. Blinking your eyes to open. And then pressing up. Take a moment as you come onto the knees. I'm going to move toward the front of my yoga mat. Feel free to kneel on a block. You could place a block between your feet. You could also just kneel traditionally on your heels, just getting a nice gentle stretch here. Or friends, take it into Virasana. You could even broaden your base by taking the knees and feet wide. I like to do this the width of the mat, and then you'll simply sit between the feet. And just taking a few moments, you can either self-massage your quads, your hip flexors, You can close your eyes. You can take it to Supta, or even just to your forearms behind if you desire opening up a little more. I do want you to feel the stretch through the knees. I do want you to feel the stretch through your hip flexors. And just take a few breaths here. We won't be here for very long. Feel free to find movement, anything that just allows you to open the front of the legs, the hip flexors. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Come out of your hero pose. Bring your legs around. Just take a moment in Sukhasana, any cross-legged posture that feels appropriate for your body. And then I promise, friends, I'll bring you to your back. Just sitting upright, just noticing the breath. Let your knees fall toward the earth. Staying nice and tall, lifting through the crown of the head. Soften your jaw, soften the shoulders. With eyes closed or open, inhale, twist to the right. Continue to press your knees down. Continue to lift through the crown. Stay toned in your belly. Exhale, come to center. Stay center for the inhale. Find another inch of length in the spine. Press your knees down and exhale, twist left. Wonderful. Inhale back to center. And then blink your eyes to open. Gently release the cross of the legs. You can keep your feet about hips distance and then just slowly lower onto your back. You almost made it, my friends. On your inhalation, cross the right ankle above the left knee. So just like pigeon pose, this is in the supine position. Anytime myself or another yoga teacher cues pigeon pose, if you don't like that other variation we did, if it doesn't feel good on the hips, this is a great one. Connect your inner thigh with your right palm. Flex your right foot. Just breathe into that stretch. Just keeping it on the easier variation. Feel free to take the other more challenging variation. We're here for just another 2 breaths or so. And then release, exhale. Unravel the legs. When you're ready, inhale, crossing the left ankle above the right knee. Left palm connects, or interlace your fingers behind the right leg. I really have enjoyed the first variation I gave you lately with engaging my pelvic floor. We've done some of that in our classes together. And I do that by then taking the low back, that supine region, and then just press it into the mat as I then deepen the opening of the hip. It feels really nice. All right, friends, release the cross of the legs. Take your feet wide. Flex your feet, just the heels on the mat, and then just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. What's nice about this is you can move quickly, you can move slowly. Breathe into your outer hips. Breathe into your hip flexors. We did a lot with our IT band, our low body today, a lot of the hips. So I'm hoping this feels nice and fluid, nice and open for you. Continue to softly breathe into the resistance. We all have it, friends. And then when you're ready, come to center and just take a simple bridge pose for me. Pressing your palms into the mat. Inhale, lift your hips. You're going to peel your spine from bottom to top. We'll just stay here for a few breaths. So feel free to lift one foot, then the other. Also feel free to interlace your fingers behind you. Any variations, be playful here, or just stay with me, keeping it simple today. Just being glad we can connect with our breath. And then when you're ready, exhale, go ahead and lower down, one vertebra at a time, from top to bottom. And then inhale, hug the knees to the chest, find your happy baby. You can hold the arches, you can hold your ankles or shins. This feels so good. Swaying, stillness. There's no rules, friends. Whatever's working for you today, you can straighten the legs, find your straddle. And then any other postures that you may desire for your body, for your practice today, feel free to take them. Otherwise, release the straddle, inhale, bring the nose to the knees, nice long breath, maybe the longest breath of the day. Allow for a pause. And with a sigh, extend your limbs long, take up space on your mat. If you have a small towel, you can cover the eyes. Let your natural breath return, friends. Just taking a rest in our final relaxation. Shavasana. Continuing to soften into each breath. Softly breathing in and deeply releasing. Notice any shifts in your energy, your mood. Notice if there are any other regions in the body you can let go just a little more. Softening your breath, relaxing the muscles around the eyes, the jaw. Life is like a camera. Focus on the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if things don't work out, take another shot. As you return your awareness to the body, starting to notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Invite some small movements in the jaw, turning the head, the neck. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Roll your ankles and wrists. And on your inhalation, reach your arms up overhead. Point your toes, stretch your body. Just notice how that feels. Extending another inch of length. And with a sigh, hug your knees into the chest one last time. Take a moment as you roll to one side. You can even use your arm as a pillow. Just telling your body, thank you. Thankful for this breath. Thanking yourself for showing up today. When you're ready, finding a comfortable seat. Thank you so much, friends. Always a pleasure to guide your practice. Thank you so much for choosing me. And thank you so much for all that you do for our community. Looking forward to seeing you Thursday for yoga and meditation. Namaste. Thank you so much, friends. Hope you feel better than when we started. Take good care. Great to see you all.